Recent research into the link between Alzheimer's disease and sleep has come up with some promising insights, especially related to the role that deep sleep plays in cleansing the brain. How well we sleep is often related to what we eat. And that's why author Aileen Burford-Mason takes up the subject in her new book, The Healthy Brain: Optimize Brain Power at Any Age. She is a cell biologist at DRS Consulting in Toronto, specializing in nutrition for disease prevention. And Aileen Burford-Mason joins us now for more. Good to see you again.
Nice to be here.
Can we start with an excerpt from the book? Here we go. Remarkable as it may seem, whether or not we can make the right brain chemistry to focus, concentrate, or sleep depends not on how we ate yesterday or the day before, but on how we ate at our last meal. That's really getting down to brass tacks here. Now, because a number of studies have shown that a strong connection between Alzheimer's and poor sleep, I'd like you to start by telling us what dietary choices we can make in that last meal before we go to bed to ensure that we sleep well.
Well, it's work that goes back some 30 years now, largely from researchers at MIT, who showed that the level of neurotransmitters in the brain that involve sleep, serotonin in particular, and focus and concentration, which we need during the day, dopamine, depends on the actual composition of the meal we eat. So with regard to dopamine, you need high protein intakes to get the building blocks, the raw materials to make dopamine. Dopamine should dominate during the day, but over the course of the day, it should take a back seat, and we need to build up serotonin. So serotonin is manufactured from an amino acid called tryptophan. It's an essential amino acid, but it's the least plentiful in protein food.
So how do we make it happen?
So how we make it happen is a trick our mothers and grandmothers knew. Just before bed, we eat something a little bit sweet.
Come on, milk and cookies before bed actually does it?
Absolutely. I grew up in Ireland where it was milk, warm milk and honey is what we were given. So what happens is tryptophan has difficulty getting into the brain. It's outcompeted by other amino acids unless you spike insulin. And you'll do that after you eat something sweet. Insulin is probably the most important hormone in the body. It's our storage hormone. And what it does is not just store glucose in cells, it stores all the nutrients in cells, and it binds other amino acids apart from tryptophan and takes them off to muscles, etc., for repair and maintenance. Now, tryptophan has a free run at the brain. It can get in there. And we don't call those foods, that are starchy or sugary, comfort foods for nothing. Because serotonin actually is calming, is comforting. But more to the point, it is the building block for melatonin, which gives us not only a deep, refreshing sleep, it also regulates tomorrow's sleep.
Okay,
so it regulates circadian rhythms.
Before we get, I'm going to come back to that, but particularly with the time change that we're undergoing. This is contrary to so much of what we've heard lately, though, which is never eat anything after 8 o'clock at night, because it's bad to make your digestive system do all that work and will actually harm your potentially getting a good night's sleep as opposed to helping a good night's sleep. And this notion that we should be having any sugar at all, let alone a cookie right before bed, is again contrary to what we've been told. So help us out.
Of course, the brain can't work without sugar. The brain is dependent on it. It needs sugar going through it, glucose going through 24/7.
But processed sugar just before bed?
No, a little. You're talking about very small amounts. You're not talking about large amounts. And you're not talking about eating 6 cookies. You're talking about eating 1.
Okay.
And again, with some balance, you're having it with a glass of milk, and that has protein in it. And it will balance your metabolism and help you sleep.
Okay. What is the glymphatic system?
That's very new and very interesting, or certainly the discovery. All tissues in the body need to self-cleanse. They're working all the time, and no organ is working harder than the brain. So it's chucking up garbage that needs clearing out all of the time. For other organs in the body, the lymphatic system which is a system that will draw out the garbage and take it off for destruction and removal from the body through the liver eventually. What we didn't know was how the brain self-cleansed, because there were no lymph systems entering the brain. And clever researchers some years ago discovered that, in fact, we did have a system, but it was sort of hidden along the sides of veins. So the glymphatic system is really related to the glial cells of the brain. The second cells, we know about the neurons, and then the glial cells are the other brain cells. We joke about them that the neurons do all the thinking, and the glial cells keep house. So they're the housemaid cells. That's another pet term for them. And at night, they will shrink and allow all of the garbage between the neurons to be flushed out through this glymphatic system that leads into the lymphatic system. And so we do know now there's very active clearing of the brain garbage.
What is the connection, therefore, then between the glymphatic system and dementia?
Well, basically, if you're not clearing the garbage, there's a problem. And what we've discovered is the glymphatic system doesn't work unless we're asleep. I can't make up my mind from reading the research whether it's that we have to be absolutely asleep or whether it's postural, lying down. But some of the researchers will say that, you know, the brain can't do two things. It can't be awake and aware and cleaning house. So basically it is asleep and cleaning house. Maybe it's because it's got more energy because you're not using up energy for movement. Maybe it's got less distraction, but basically that's the time when the clearing is done. So if we don't sleep, there can be a buildup of this debris in the brain.
So we presume then that there is a connection between either no sleep or poor sleep and Alzheimer's.
There certainly does seem to be that, yes, for sure.
Do we know which way that goes? Do we know if it's poor sleep that leads to Alzheimer's or Alzheimer's that therefore leads you to sleep badly? That's
always a $64 question. One thing we do know is that the older people get, the less they sleep, but they need the same amount of sleep they had when they were younger. And in my opinion, we could easily make a case for the fact that as we grow older, deficiencies build up, deficiencies of the nutrients. To make serotonin, we don't just need tryptophan to get into the brain. Once it's there, it needs magnesium, it needs B6, it needs B12, it needs zinc, it needs vitamin C. So all of those nutrients need to be present and circulating as well.
So you're a fan of the multivitamin?
I think it's a core supplement that one would do, you know, as opposed to taking single supplements like vitamin D. There will be some vitamin D there. Whether it's a little bit of everything. It's tweaking everything. So I'd say it's the first thing to think about taking.
You mentioned circadian rhythms earlier, and I want to finish off on that because every time you change the clocks, some people have, even if it's just an hour time difference, some people have a bit of an adjustment, and you know, the first day in at work afterwards just feels a little bit odd. Can even 1 hour small disruption to our sleep pattern have a negative impact on the brain?
We do know that, and we do know it from studies where they've just looked at people who are short sleeping. And short sleeping is a major problem now. Intentional short sleeping, I don't mean, there are people who work late in the office, they come home, they eat dinner late, then they feel they should have a bit of R&R, go to bed late, but they're up at 5 o'clock to go to the gym. And so we know most of the studies have looked at 6 hours or less and more than 6 hours, and that seems to be a break point. All performance is off the next day. Mostly sort of small things, big things, maybe driving your car, you're perfectly safe, but maybe it might be the day that you scratch the car going into your space in the garage.
Gotcha. That's Aileen Burford-Mason. She is the author of The Healthy Brain, Optimize Brain Power at Any Age. Thanks for making time for us at TVO tonight.
Thanks for inviting me.
The Agenda with Steve Bacon is brought to you by the Chartered Professional Accountants of Ontario, helping businesses stay on the right side of change with strategic thinking, insightful decisions, and business leadership. Are you on the right side of change? Ask an Ontario CPA.